So let's talk about this little story that has sort of come out just 24 hours ago. It happened. Around 20 Labour councillors walked away from from the overall control that they had in Broxtowe, which is sort of East Nottingham. Yeah, no, West. Is it no? Yeah, West Nottingham. Yes, West Nottingham. I'm just trying to think where it is because it's sort of like there's the city, and then Broxtowe is like there. So it's to the west of it. But predominantly, they've walked away, and they have really made it seem again because there's a deeper story which they are not telling the truth. Reason why they are going, they are not telling the truth why they are going. And I think it is more important to tell you the reason why these former Labour councillors, now the Broxtowe independent councillors, are now, shall we say, taking the dip now. But also, I want to really criticise them because I've criticised reform in my hometown and local councillors for doing this before. I think the same criticism now should apply to them. I think any local councillor who suddenly decides to become independent or switch parties should have to go to a by-election. I am fully believe that those councillors, if they have the goal, if they really truly believe that they are so supported in their local communities as they have been claiming on their social media for the past sort of, past sort of 2 or 3 days, put yourself to the test then, guys. Have a by-election. Have a by-election. Really put your theory to the test, guys. Don't sit there for the next couple of years when you won on a Labour ticket and now you're all together in this new independent group. Have a by-election. Put your money where your mouth is. Go run on a by-election on an independent ticket. See how far that gets you. But they don't. They don't. Because there are two things going on here which need to be discussed. Because all of a sudden, then it will make you realize why these 20 or so councillors really quit. And to be honest, it's not as good as they're sort of making themselves out to be. They aren't martyrs. They aren't being pushed out of the party. They left of their own accord, and claims that they have been blocked from standing at the next local election, well, that's exactly what they are, claims. They haven't proved they were blocked. And once again, it's the same old story that we've been hearing for the longest time of, oh, I'm on the left, but I got booted out of the party. These guys weren't booted out. There's no evidence that they were blocked from standing, and they left of their own accord. And you want to know the real reason why? You want to know the real reason why they left? It was because they were potentially, or well, they are about to lose their jobs. So before we get on, of course, to the real reason what was going on here, please do remember to click on the like, share, and subscribe button down below. There are links to my Patreon page, the Buy Me Coffee link where you can buy me coffee, the YouTube thank you button, and of course, as always, there's the Pony Club down below as well. So what, of course, happened here? Let's first of all go over to their statement that they made on this. This was from their Twitter page saying, Broxtowe's ruling Labour group now walk away to form new independent top party. Today, over 20 Broxtowe Labour councillors have now, with a combined membership of over 250 years, again, that is a big number, but again, I think they've exaggerated that a bit, but there you go. They've said today enough is enough. Another, together with at least one county councillor and over 100 members, have now walked away from the party who've always served and supported. It's with a high heart that we no longer believe the party has now abandoned traditional Labour values under Keir Starmer's leadership. Again, they haven't. They've done a lot of good stuff for recently. But of course, these people are Corbynistas. Why have they done this? Well, first of all, winter fuel allowance. It's means tested now. If you've lost the winter fuel allowance, rather than from being a benefit that everyone gets, including sort of rich pensioners, which basically means I don't think they really deserved it because they were very much well off. We've also seen an increase now in people taking and adopting pension credits, which guess what means they now get the winter fuel allowance. Means now only the really needy, actually, who deserve it, let's face it, now get the winter fuel allowance. I am fine with that. I think that's good because there were a lot of people receiving the winter fuel allowance that really didn't need it. Let's face it. It was and always was a nice little extra for people to have. Yeah, sucks that it's gone away, but I think things like these should be revisited every so often and have a look at. And if you are a pensioner who was getting it that doesn't get it, well, sorry. It's the way the cookie crumbles. Like I say, after 14 years of a conservative government that has done a heck of a lot to, well, basically butter you guys up and, well, get you voting for them, maybe not anymore. So it's not the end of the world. They also, of course, mention the two-child benefit cap. Now, here's the thing. If they'd maybe stayed in the party, they could have kept up the pressure, which we are seeing from a lot of other different Labour groups, saying, yeah, we want to see this two-child benefit cap gone. And Starmer went from not going to remove it to, okay, when we see the opportunity to remove it, we will remove it. So it's gone from not being removed to when we can remove it, we will. Because they've said, we do not think that it's economically good at this moment to do so. That only happened because of the pressure that from Labour MPs that happened. Again, what I've talked about time and time again, if you are an insider party, you can affect more change than you can from outside it. It's what I've always said. I've said this for years on this. They also, it's like the increase of bus fares. Well, bus fares have been capped at £2. They're now being capped at £3. Yes, again, it is an increase, but it's not again, like a monumental increase if there's been completely undone. At the end of the day, they are, subsidizing, sort of public transport on these for these. And you are seeing, of course, when you get the regional mayor, which I think they are probably quite soon, public transport is going to be owned by, of course, the local council. But of course, these guys are not part of the local council. But let's get to the real reason why these guys left, because they can say it's that, oh, it's Keir Starmer's leadership, etc. No, nothing to do with Keir Starmer's leadership. This has to do with what is going to happen at a local level very, very soon. You see, what's really happening is this. So this is what's happening here. So Rudvik, who's like the main sort of pusher of this, he said he is deeply saddened that he had now been placed, of course, in an impossible position. He said, I cannot support and will not support another centrist government intent on destroying local democracy and dictating national policy from a high pedestal instead. He also criticised plans now to reorganise the local government, which would see the district and borough councils scrapped. And of course, he is a district councillor. Under this plan and this reorganisation, those councils are going to be removed. It removes, again, a layer of bureaucracy, quite frankly, that doesn't need to be there. It should help things improve. I think that is a good way to go. I think getting that, making Nottingham, less councils, less borough district councils where they don't really need to be, That's fine. I think that's good. And they left. They left because they were about to lose their jobs. No other. Like all this thing about, oh, we left over Gaza, we left because we were more principled. No, these guys were all about to lose their jobs. I'm sorry, no other way. He even says it here. I believe now the concentration power of the hands of a few people, and of course the abolition of local democracy through the current proposals now of super councils is nothing short of a dictatorship. Again, that's not a dictatorship. That doesn't define dictatorship, but there you go. Like I say, that's the real reason. Where local elected members and local people and local residents have a say over the type and level of service provided in their area, he said. Well, they do, because they have a local council. Not many people, of course, participate in local elections, and we'll probably see it in May. Surprise, surprise. But there you go. So yeah, that's the real situation that's going on. That's why these people have really quit. They won't admit it, but he pretty much, said it as good as gold there. These guys, on the plan to sort of reorganize sort of councils, they're going to lose the seats, and they are not happy that they are going to lose their seats. So they've decided, we're going to quit and we're going to cause a stink about it. But we're not going to cause a stink saying, we're going to lose our jobs, because, well, that doesn't look as good. Looks a lot, quote, better for them if they say, well, we're leaving because we're being principled. That's the real reason why we're leaving. And I say to them, well, if you're so principled, have a by-election. If you really do believe that you have all this support, have a by-election. Because I'll tell you now, the response hasn't been overwhelmingly positive to them. If you look at the Twitter comments that a lot of people have put, you can see a lot of, shall we say, local Broxtonians aren't, shall we say, too impressed that they've done this, and are calling for them to go to a by-election as well. I think they should. If they are so sure that support is there for them, go have a by-election. And of course, the Greens are currently there as well, trying to sort of tempt them over. Please join us. Please join us so we can gain control of a council without going to an election. But there you go. So, as always, let me know what you think down below. And are you a Broxtonian? What do you think to this? I'd be very interested to hear what people have to say in that local area. But as always, thank you very much for watching. And of course, as always, we'll see you all next time.